put on today. And believe me, I have some ideas in my head, but you know, I'm old school. You know, I really wanted to pick an Ugly Kid Joe song, and I'm like, you know, like I would definitely pick something that's not like one of their popular songs, because I had the albums, and I don't care what anyone says, that band was great. Like around the same Nirvana time, you know, whatever. Same, you know, I had like the same hype for them. I thought they were a great, great band. But what's up? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a nice, beautiful Friday. Oh, well, hey Mouse, how you doing? Well, you know, I will work on that. So anyway, I hope everyone is having a good Friday. So here, let's get into this. I see Shanny and Rev are up to their old little, what you call it, shenanigans. And also after, I wanted to check in on our old boy CYRAXX there. He's like quitting YouTube for like the 100th time, because guess what, guys? It's a crime to show yourself, you know. It's a crime to show yourself on camera. Surprise, surprise. And as anyone has watched the nasty goblin sitting alone, scratching out his head. No, but really, like it's so gross. You ever see that dude's head? I mean, no hate, but like seriously, dude's a goblin. His go-to is to, you know, whip his baby carrot out and slap it at the camera, and that's, people usually go, oh my god, ew, disgusting, I don't want to deal with that, and run away. Well, guess what? In the city of Akron, in Akron, Ohio, you are not allowed to just do that. That's a federal offense.
$800. I spent $100.
He-Man gave me the best dick the other day. It was so good.
donated $5.
Why is that there?
You gave me the standard wrench when you fixed the glitch. It was supposed to be the managing mod wrench. I need the managing mod wrench.
Oh. Alright, well... Why is it doing that again? Oh, thank you, Samuel.
He-Man gave me the best dick the other day. It was so good.
Samuel Weatherington donated $5 for Super Chat. You know, if Rev or CYRAXX threatens to sue you, you should go like, I see you've made your decision. Now let's see you enforce it. Oh, dude, you know I would. I already have I already have a clip of that all set up. You don't know, dude. I'm like 4 steps ahead. But thank you, Samuel, for the 5. I do appreciate that. All right, well, let's get into that. Yeah, I'll see. Like when I'm done, I will see what I can do about that. All right, guys, and I'll put this on because it's hard to understand these people. You know, they mumble like crazy. But, you know, it's always something, something, I need money, something, something. So let's hear what Big Shanny has to say. But guys, thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all. We're almost at 3,000, what is it, 3,250 or something? I barely keep track. But thank you for subbing, and thank you for watching. I mean, I'm at least getting 1,000 views plus a video, so thank you for that. And I'm also getting like 100 likes plus, so thank you for that as well, guys. I really, really appreciate the support, and I'm glad there's normal people out there. But here, let's get into this, and then I'll, you know, say more.
That's right. We take the devil and we tell the devil that he's a piece of shit. That's what we do here in this dojo. Because see, when the enemy is coming for you, feel free to know that you have every authority by Jesus Christ. And it's also spoken up in the Quran too, because I've been reading the Quran. And I have to say to the Christians, you might want to read the Quran. You might be a little enlightened. And then have to do that. There's that gorgeous man right there.
You know, hold on. I'll stop it right there. You know, that's why I like. There's other people out there, like her old buddy G-Man, to, you know, call her out for her religious lies. For the new people, she uses religion and politics and LGBT, all that to shield herself from criticism. Whereas I don't care. Love who you want. Be with who you want. Do what you want. Just don't throw it in my face, A, and B, don't shield it from criticism. If you're a piece of crap, you're a piece of crap. If you're a child abuser, then you're a child abuser. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I mean, folks?
I was doing that and then made a heart. That's all.
Wow.
Your hair looks so gorgeous. Thank you. It's really pretty. Really hot. But anyway, the enemy likes to throw things at you.
Rev needs glasses.
The enemy wants you to feel like this small. They want you to feel low, that you haven't achieved anything in life, that you haven't done anything in life. The only problem with the devil when he tries to throw that stuff is you really got to look into yourself and be like, dude, that ain't true. I have done things in life. I have accomplished things.
What, child abuse? See, to new people, this woman here has been awful for years, and people just call her out because it's not like she's saying, hey everybody, the internet is my what do you call it, internet diary, and I want to tell the world my horrible, disgusting, awful things. Maybe you guys can help. That is not what she does here. If she did, I'm sure it would be different. But no, she has continually asked for money, hasn't done a damn thing about it. She's like the problem we have here in America. Too many people like this sitting on their fat ass, not doing anything, with a shit bucket nearby, with their little riffraff on the side to just be like, yeah, exactly, yeah. This is the problem. We have to get these people...
$800. I spent
He-Man gave me the best dick the other day.
Samuel
it was so
Wetherington donated $5 through Super Chat. Sorry, one more. It's not a good day to be a bad guy, Rax. He points towards S pile of trash. Nah, man. Rax there. Rax dead. That's right.
Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah. But you know what the problem is? The problem is there's a difference. See, the mental illness has been allowed to spread like rampant, like in the world, in America, especially on the internet. And people think that they can like get away with their mental illness because, hey, current year, like, nah, not with me. This ain't the channel that's about. And if I get kicked down for that, so be it. But you know what? It's my last freedoms left to call that out and say, no, that's mental illness. What Shanny has is mental illness. She should not be allowed to have any internet platform, because as soon as you try to explain to people like her and like Nick Bravo and all those freaks, hey, you guys are mentally ill. You make up things in your head. And then when people call out like your child abuse or like CYRAXX messaging minors all the time, they go, oh, no, I didn't do that. You're the one. You guys are obsessed with me. No, I don't think anyone's obsessed with anybody here. We call out bad behavior, like Queen of Spades for pretending to end herself, and then be a reporter and be like, "What do you guys think about that?" No reporter would even care. They're a micro influencer. Even Shanny, when she attacked her children, they called her a micro influencer. Even at 10,000 subscribers, you're a micro influencer. It's like you're not 100,000. You're small on the grand scale, even though she's so big, right? But anyway, it needs to be called out, folks. Don't ever forget that. It needs to be called out, you know? Not that I think that all of a sudden Shanny's gonna get the help she needs. She's seen the light. Oh, praise Jesus, give me money. No, it's just that she can't do that scam anymore. We're getting hip to it. You guys notice ever since we've been calling out the cancer BS, she stops doing that. So it is working on some level. You know, just like CYRAXX, just like the rest of them. It's not a popularity contest here. It's about calling out bad behavior and addressing it. You see, there's a difference between addressing it and thinking that some miracle of, is going to change. No, the internet's screwed. We're screwed. The mental illness is rampant. People are allowed to be as mentally ill as possible. They let the freaks out of the mental ward years ago, folks. It's so messed up. You think about that. 20 years ago, somebody like Big Shanny here, she'd be in a mental ward. Doing what she did to her kids, wearing those glasses the way that she's wearing them. She'd be in a mental hospital. I mean, A lot of people don't like Jason, the child abuser that's sitting right next to her. You can only see his tie-dyed shirt. But you know what she did to him, having him go through the wet brain and detoxing him off of hard alcohol, that could have you know, taken him out. And what if it did? What would have happened? There was no one left in Jason's life besides his uncle. Who would have said something? She would have gotten all the money. Think about that, folks. Really, think about what she did leading up to it. Leading up to meeting Jason and all that. That's crazy. I see her as one of those women that finds older men or mentally ill guys that are drinking too much. Oh, here, let me just pull that away. Not, go into a rehab, because that's what a rehab is for. Besides, you know, you can't control your bodily functions and your mentals. Understanding why you drank, understanding, you know, the 12 steps, the AA and all that. NA, it's the same type of concept and idea, why you did that, but also because you need to be monitored. Your blood pressure drops, you eat the wrong thing, you're done for. You know, I had a friend that took Xanax, I mean, I'm talking like over 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and boom, he was gone. He did that, and he drank a couple beers. He worked at a bar. Irish guy, of course, but gone. And it was so like, whoa, like, you know, you don't understand. Like, when you do these things, you need to be monitored. But here, let's get back to this. I'm rambling.
Accomplish things that the haters wish they could accomplish, but they can't, because they ain't me.
Anybody that says no accomplishments needs to just think real fast. Oh, right, she has 2 really awesome boys. Yeah, that's right. That alone is it. She raised 2 good men. That's it.
See, what's up, Lynn Things? See, the devil always wants to go and throw things in your face, especially the past. Because he uses that as a weapon, because he thinks you vulnerable over it. But the thing is, the devil doesn't realize that there comes a point when the devil throws all its weaponry at you, that eventually their weaponry depletes itself to the point where it don't hurt no more. Okay, they're trying to throw a freaking softball at you, and you just catch it and you look at it and observe this softball, and you're like, you chuck it behind you, because that's where the past is, behind you. Okay, all we have is the now. Okay, we can look forward if we want to, but
no, wrong. The only thing behind you is your fat ass. And again, like, you know, like my thing is not about her gargantuan weight. Okay, far from. It's just icing on the big old cake. Shit cake. It's just one of many. I mean, look at her right now. Lost the kids, getting more warts by the day. He's got like less teeth. Sorry, Shan, you don't hold on. You don't look like you used to, all right? You are a far cry. Well, that's what you are now. But you are a far cry from this. And to these new people, apparently, this is her high school picture, right? How the mighty have fallen into the wart shit bucket, right? I mean, come on. I'm just pointing out facts and figures, man. And it's just like, how did this happen? Well, if you listen to her late mom, Betty, Big Shanny had some problems in school. She says that her principal tried to essay her. Do I believe that? No. But then she says she went to college. She went to 2 colleges. She never graduated high school, folks. She said she went to nursing school. Again, never graduated high school, folks. She's one of these hypochondriacs, you know? And again, that's fine. But don't come online begging for money, saying, oh my God, Lord, bless us with your blessings. And then when people, you know, cry foul and people call out your BS. Oh, I had 2 wonderful boys. Yeah, you did. And what happened? They chose not to be in your life. You guys didn't even have a pass. You know, I know that this type of community is a lot more predominantly female. So let me ask you females that have kids out there. Would anything stop any of you from seeing one of your children? Anything? Even if you knew you weren't so great, like, you know, say you wanted to get help, wouldn't you say goodbye? or at least talk to them on the phone. I mean, I couldn't, you know, especially during their formative years, you know, from, you know, 1 to 18. Really? Oh, they're with the foster parent. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go over there and make sure that foster parent is as good as what I think a foster parent should do, because I messed up, so I want to make sure that they're getting better, that they're actually getting better. Because you know what? I hear so many horror stories. My Irish grandmother used to tell me. They used to call them, her and her brother. She said that they would call her, "You're the new pack of cigarettes." Got to a point where my Irish grandmother, she would go into a new house, and then that night when they're sleeping, dip out in the middle of the night. And I would say, why? They would say, oh, because they're all the same eventually. And I didn't need to know more than that. I just figured either they're physically violent, mentally violent, or maybe worse. And, you know, it's like I give her a lot of respect growing up through those years. But I use that as a point. And not all foster parents are bad. I'm not saying that. But they used to be a lot worse. And all I'm saying is if you were able to just check and make sure everything's above board and they're not being used for money purposes, that's all I'm trying to say here. But let's continue, folks.
Really, in our human experience, the true reality is just this, now. But the devil wants you to think that you're something that you're not. See, the devil doesn't want mankind to realize how much power they truly have, how their words affect reality, how the frequencies of what they say and what they do affect reality. And if you have a problem with my voice, you could automatically shut me off. You don't have to observe my reality. Exactly, Krista. There's a reason the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. Mm-hmm. Exactly, because it's in the past. Right? We're in a car, right? We've got to move forward, not back. Whatever is back there in my past, I don't care, because that's not who I am. I'm now. And if you can't see me in my now, then I don't care what you have to say. If you're going to throw my past at me and trying to make me feel low, I don't care about what you say. You know what I do? When someone comes to me with their rhetoric of trying to display their devilish tongue onto someone, report, block.
So guys, just for all the new people and anyone else, don't go after Shanny, because she'll throw her devilish tongue at you. And you know what? She's got a couple tons to throw.
Delete. And I throw it away in the past, and I think of those people in the past. They don't matter, because what matters now is now.
Where are your clothes?
Like right now, what am I doing? I'm speaking to the audience. Okay.
Like, seriously, Shanny, even if I didn't know about your and Rev's extracurricular activities with the kids, or in what you did to each other, or what you did to that guinea pig, you horrible person. I mean, seriously, I never knew anyone that had an animal that froze to death. I still didn't want to know more about that story, and I'm still on the fence if you ate it or not. For reals. And I don't need to talk about the warts and everything. Enough people attack you with that. What is the clothes situation? Is it just like, hey, this is a lot easier? Because this is just like, this is weird. This is just really, really weird. You know, I know that there's places out there, it doesn't matter how big you are, you can get clothes. But the fact that it always looks like you have, like, I don't know, like a pool cover or a blanket just moo sheeped around you, like, what is up with that? That bothers me to no end, because she was not like this before. And you know, I've heard other channels say she does this on purpose, like to show like how, like, oh my god, what a pathetic person. Oh my god, what a pathetic person. Don't you feel bad for this pathetic warts here? Oh my god, here you go, Miss Warts. Here you go. Oh my god, yes, here, feed them warts.
Trying to edify them to realize what the enemy has to say doesn't really matter, because you know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, take a little time for yourself. Do some self-care and reflecting. Try to remember the things that you used to love, and then go for the things you love. And then when you do, you truly discover who you are and realize that this reality we're seeing is just an illusion. What really matters is what kind of energy we're bringing up and giving to reality. I choose to give a positive reality. I choose to give awareness out. I choose to be a peacemaker, and I choose to ignore the devil when he tries to speak in my ear the negative things that he wants to say to me, because I know who I am. I know.
What awareness are you throwing out there? All you've been doing is begging for money, and even when people that they don't want to, like, they want to try to help you nicely, you know, that's not what I do. You know, I find tough love is better than pussyfooting around. I mean, really, if you say the least. You know, this whole, oh, I'll be nice to you, but hey, can you put clothes on today? Oh, you peed on the floor. Could you please not? Oh, the drapes are all yellow. Can you not smoke in that? Please, please, I'm asking nicely. No, we are way past that. Way past that. When you were throwing all your money around, throwing all your ton around a couple years ago, calling everyone peasants for drinking water. No, we're way past that. Having your little riffraff next to your ha 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 ha, to making fun of people for using what he called an EBT card so you can eat lobster with Tyrone. Like why does everything go to racism with you guys? The worst part about that statement was Shanny had an EBT card the whole time. The whole time! That pisses, I don't know what pisses me off more. The fact that this dude had $750,000 and she had an EBT card, or even better, folks, at one point they were double dipping. She was collecting EBT from Colorado and Pennsylvania. This is the problem here. While he had $750,000, she legitimately, if they would have looked into it more, she would have gotten, not only was she been kicked off the food stamp program, she would have had to owe money. So in case anyone new is out there and wonders, wait a minute, this guy, boyfriend here, has a different last name than her. They say that they're husband and wife, but they never legally got married. I mean, it doesn't cost $750,000 to get married. No, it costs $25 and a witness. They could have gotten married with G-Man could have been their witness. The kids could have been the witness. Why didn't they do it? Well, now you know. So they could screw over the government for a measly $100-something, $200 that she was getting to feed her big self and those kids. And of course, I don't have to tell you who got the majority of that food.
I am powerful, and I know my voice matters. My voice always mattered. That's why you make so much money off my voice. So if you really want to make me feel low so you can have some kind of reaction, you're not going to get it, because I'm just going to look at it as a lesson to give to people to make them know that you're not powerful. See, I learned something. When you're starting to feel anxiety or fear, start giving praises to God. Start looking at all the blessings that you have in your life and be content with what you have, because you are blessed.
All right, just to add there real quick, I'll let her talk. Shanny, again, I don't know who you're talking about. You're not talking about me. I don't do that. Any type of thing that I got wrong or made a mistake, I definitely own up to that. Because I'll own up to my own stuff. You know why? Because I see how you are. And I never want to be like you or Nick Bravo, you losers who just can't say you made a mistake. It's okay. It's human to err. That means you and Nick and all you guys, CYRAXX, you're all subhuman? Is that what that means? Because it's normal to say you made a mistake. But no, you and your crooked glasses here want to think that you're better than everyone, that you're God's chosen anointed wart. You're not. You need to be popped like all the rest of them. For real. You need to see, God needs to see a derm and get rid of your abrasion here. Because that's ridiculous. Anyone else that has made a mistake has owned up to it. And we're better people for it. Okay? Having a false reality that you're right all the time is not good for anybody. And again, what are you calling out? All you call out is, oh, these people attack me. They attack me. Blah, blah, blah. Why are we attacking you? I've tried to talk to you several different ways and say, this isn't a good look. What you're doing is messed up. How could you film that? How could you call yourself a mother? How? You know, it has nothing to do. That's why I always say, like, hey, I have a marijuana card. It has nothing to do with their marijuana, and it has nothing to do with her Delta 8. It's the way she did it. The way she was smoking in front of her children. It doesn't matter. You know, alcohol is legal. You don't have to drink alcohol in front of any minors. Why did you have to get high in front of them? That's a legitimate question. Especially if you're filming yourself doing it. If you delete the video and it's, oh, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, well, for people who keep the videos or archive them, then what about that? And that's what I'm talking about with mental illness, folks. If she came at me with something legitimate, and then I would own up to it. Even when I talk about her late parents and Rev's late parents, I say no disrespect to those. Because I'm still trying to be respectful for people that died that had to deal with these two. But let's get back to this.
You are blessed. And I learned that fear and appreciation with your life, they don't work. It cancels each other out. So what you doing other than complaining to someone who you don't like? I don't care if you don't like me. That's none of my business. Go on with yourself. Do you think just because you run your mouth at me it means anything? It doesn't. It doesn't, because I know who I am.
A child abuser.
And I have a goal to obtain, and I'm going to reach my goal. You have a blessed weekend, right?
Try to reach the toilet first, okay? Start small.
What's up, Karichi? See, life is way more than this tug and pull that mankind wants to always seem to want to play. You act like you've never actually had true enjoyment and involvement in your life with a community. You act like all you do in your life is choose victims who you point your finger at. I say level up. Because that low-level thinking is only going to cause your destruction. Know that.
And once again, why when people just have legitimate criticisms, not trolling, actual legitimate things that you've said, even recently, you know, not everything's from years ago. You're still doing dumb things today. You're still saying dumb things out of your mouth. Your stupid buzzword talking points. Why does everything have to be a philosophical conversation with you? Well, the Lord and Jesus, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you saying dumb crap on the internet to get a donation. Well, you know, Psalms 25:69. What? Like, wow, I'm still got that you're doing saying dumb stuff in the back of my head. You could talk about these philosophical things. That's a big word. It's hard to say. You could talk about that, but I'm still gonna remember what I'm, you know, my question. People like you never get me. You try to like confuse me with your run-on words and sentences, but I still have that in the back of my head. But I think a lot of people just, I don't know. They see her, they feel bad for her, they don't know the whole story. But ain't that the internet, folks? I mean, that's in my experience. In my experience, some issues I've had with people, they had no idea what they were even talking about. They would listen to somebody else, get information, and I would say, okay, show me the proof of this. Well, watch the channel. All right, I watched the channel. There's no proof, they're just talking. Oh, well, I don't know, I guess. Like, seriously, it's so childish. Wait, let's continue.
You trying to be petty? Bro, I know I'm queen of a petty tongue, okay? I know I am, but I just... It's boring. Not only is it boring, it doesn't do good for your health. So, I mean, hey, if you want to be angry at me, that's fine. You can continue to be stressed out and let that cortisol ruin your blood veins. It's okay. You're just gonna go and get yourself a heart attack. Me, I'm not gonna get myself that at all. See, I know music and frequency heals the body. Go look up what sound does to blood cells. It's an amazing experiment.
Wow.
Compared to silence and bad words. It's the same with the water experiment, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, and you peed on Rev? I love that. I don't care what you guys think. Maybe you should. Maybe you should. And again, it's not about it's making our cortisol all crazy and making us all like mad and triggered. No, it's about you, like Nick, like CYRAXX, like so many of yous mess up, and we see it because we could see it from the outside. It's easier to see the picture from the outside, and we say to you, hey, just own up to it. Like, listen, yeah, I lost my kids and I let my boyfriend here beat them up, and then I picked them, and maybe I was wrong about that, and maybe some people could talk to me privately. We could do it in a private setting and help me, and actually, you know, I'm ready to change. Of course, my kids are adults, and that'll probably never happen where I could take care of them, but I see that I made a huge mistake. And the only reason why I picked Rev is because I'm pathetic, I'm ugly, I'm warty, and I don't want to be alone, and I don't want to have to wipe my own ass. Because I would give you more respect if you would just tell the truth. And probably then, oh, here comes the blessings for you, because people will be like, oh my gosh, he finally gets it. Shanny, why don't you try that? Why don't you try to actually make a video and just be, you know, stop clenching and just let it out. Let it all out. Sit on the bucket when you make this video. Just let it all go, right? Let it flow. Call out Rev and say you didn't know what to do, because it's okay, because that is what has actually happened. That is what's going on. She had nowhere to turn to, so she picked him. Of course she did. She tried to get with G-Man during that time. I don't care what she says. I was there. I saw the videos go down. I saw right after G-Man went there, he called that out and said she tried to get with me. She was having her kids call me daddy. I was super uncomfortable. When that didn't work, what do you think happened? Shanny's not an independent person, folks. Even if you gave her the house and Rev had to take care of the bills and not live there because of, you know, like a restraining order or TRO or something with the children's sake, she can't take care of them by herself. And that is what I'm waiting to hear.
Music gives you goosebumps. Yeah, it heals your body.
Yeah.
The thing is lyrics takes out that frequency that you should be having. So you should be listening to music only, no lyrics, if you're trying to heal your body with frequency, like the Holy Spirit does. That's because the Holy Spirit is a frequency, is an energy, probably very similar to music is. But then again, I think music could only be conceived by the Creator. So music is the Holy Spirit, in my opinion. Music, not lyrics. Music. Okay? Instrumental, yes.
Yeah.
No. Here in the Bible, it says music came from the devil. I mean, it's just you don't even know that one? Damn. ShannyForChrist indeed.
See,
things with frequencies.
I would differ with that, because the songs, you know, there's things.
There are songs with very healing frequencies and words to help you.
And the tone of the voice that's sung.
Yes.
Very important.
And the more I learn this stuff about frequencies and sound and energy and God, the more I learn about that, the more I know that I'm healing in my body, because I'm only listening to clean things. I'm not listening to things that are dirty. I'm listening to things that are pure, that are clean. I am reading the Quran right now, and it is a beautiful book. I think it's the third revelation, and I think it matches completely with Christianity. Okay? And I'm only at the second Baraka, I think like 237 or something like that.
Now, the only thing I'll say about this is I have heard that there's parts in the original Bible that were omitted that basically is on the, what do you call it? That would be in the Quran. So I could see why she'd want to read that. But if you're for, you know, the peace sign, why are you reading the Quran? I don't understand you. You're confusing.
But it lines up exactly with the Bible. So for Muslims, read the Bible, you're going to be shocked how much this book is like your Quran. And to those who haven't read the Quran, read the Quran, because it's like this book.
Yeah.
It's just, what I've noticed about the Quran, certain questions we've had about the Bible, it answers them. So I'm enlightening myself. And not only am I doing that, but I'm looking at the study of Kemet. And I'm looking at the study of native spirituality and African spirituality. And I'm noticing these correlations with scripture itself. The Native Americans will tell you that Jesus visited America long before Columbus came over.
Are you looking at like the study of getting a job or making a resume? How about that study? Why you do this finger thing? The study of going to occupational therapy and trying to like get a learn how to get a job. Or how about is Rev learning that study? That would be great. Can you imagine, folks, sitting around doing nothing, thinking that that's just gonna work? They can't get Social Security. There's nothing wrong with her. And one day, Rev's uncle will not be around to pay the taxes on this house, pay the mortgage, pay the electricity. They don't even have hot water still, if I'm not mistaken. Like how that stuff like this doesn't last forever. It might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. Hell, it might take a year. I don't know, Rev's uncle. But dealing with Shanny, I'm sure that's a lot of stress to put on a guy. He's already kicked them out. You know, like we gotta put a bet on how long do you think? Because it's going. What I'm trying to say is it's gonna happen. They'll be on the street again. Because once the uncle's not there, and I don't know if the uncle has any of his own side that would be like, no, that's ours, stuff like that. It's gonna get worse. It's just a question of when.
That's why they have their faith in Jesus. You go to the Africans and they talk about Jesus visiting them. In Africa, certain parts in China, you get people talking about that Jesus visited them. So we're talking about 33 years of almost silence from Jesus until he came out at around 30, where he started doing his ministry. But before that, he was visiting all around the world, telling people the message of him. Israel, the Palestinians, they were the last ones to hear the gospel message. Because while he was preaching all over the world, we didn't know that until you listen to the other cultures and they speak and they tell you. But you have to go to the actual people who are learned in their faith. You can't go to like a history book or learn this. You have to go to the source. And that's what I've been doing, is going to the source to find Jesus in everything.
It's all oral history.
Yes.
Oral. So you need to talk to an elder.
Yes. So, like,
Jesus
you look back. Man. You look back at Christopher Columbus, and he said he wanted to bring Christianity to America, and it was already there. They already had faith in Jesus. And they slaughtered them all. Probably because they want to be the only ones to know Jesus and control the path of where Christianity went. Amen?
Yeah. Fucking Vatican.
Yep.
Snake.
And why am I doing this? Because I'm going out to the world, and I'm preaching to the world, so I better know their position before I say anything so I don't look ignorant. Because I'm telling you, we were lied about the Muslims, that they were our enemies. We were lied to about them. For over 70 years now, maybe more than that.
Oh, that really came down in the post 9/11.
Yeah.
That's when it really started.
Yes. So, the Quran is a good book of what I've read yet. And I don't see anything that could contradict that Jesus Christ is Lord. I don't.
And as her once friend G-Man has said, yeah, Shanny might be able to read, but doesn't mean she can comprehend what she's reading.
See, that's my main goal. Do you believe Christ is Lord? Like I've told about the Hopi Indian, and they had a visitation from the Masao, aka Messiah. Like, I'm just gonna keep giving people information over things that I'm learning because I think they're interested. And you know what? I don't care what anyone thinks. This is for me. This is for people who want to be informed and educated. This isn't for people who just want to act like the devil and just run around and act like a fool and just try to destroy something about someone. Because it doesn't bother me. Because I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I am solidified with Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. And all I'm doing is just learning more about my faith and the hidden things of the faiths. How do you find these sources? Connections. People give me things.
Connections.
I contact people, they give me things.
Yo, Shanny got people.
I've been doing this stuff for over 20 years now, networking and knowing how to get information and stuff.
Too bad you couldn't, I don't know, use it to live or survive and stop being a war on society. Oh, thanks, Rice and Beans, for $1.99.
Rice and Beans has just donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
That's Rev's dancing avocado. If anyone didn't know, but thank you.
I mean, I did help invent YouTube.
What? What? Hold on.
That's a huge bitch.
Knowing how to get information and stuff.
Did she just say she invented YouTube?
I mean, I did help invent YouTube.
Beta tester. It was awesome.
And how to run websites and stuff. So, you know, it's kind of helping building that stuff up. So that's it. Knowledge, experience. That's how I get my services. Because I'm experienced at what I do. Anyway, peace and Maranatha. Go be a hater. You're just showing how stupid you are and ignorant. Why?
Oh. Whoa, hold on. So we're being the ignorant ones. How is that? How is that? I'm not saying that I invented freaking YouTube, you moron. Jeez. Oh my god. Like, you know, like she doesn't get it. You know what I mean? Like she just does not get it. But here, let's go to another one, and then we'll palate cleanser with some CYRAXX. How does that sound? All right. Like seriously, someone needs to like sit her down and be like, "Yo, you can't say dumb stuff like you invented YouTube. Like it's stupid. You sound stupid. Stop it. just you know, like just stop it. It's not. I don't know. It doesn't work for you." Oh my god. I invented YouTube. I invented the internet. See folks, this is the problem with people like this. Come on. All right, let me get to the next. You know what? It's like stuck on this damn thing. Trying to get back to the other screen. It won't go in there. Computer's like, I didn't know that she invented the internet. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into I don't know what to do. The damn thing is like stuck on. It's stuck. That's weird.